It's time now for the Spanish Grand Prix. We have 5 flights ahead of the drivers. It's lights out and away we go. Outguard getting a lot of wheel spin on the line there. Romza has a really good start. Romza takes the lead going into turn 1. He's up into the lead of this race. That was a crucial move for the Lotus driver, as his championship rival Jerry is currently down the grid. But it's Romza's actually lost the position again. I think Outguard might have used the wall a bit there to get some extra speed. But he's now in the lead again. Stealthy is right there in 2nd place all of a sudden now, from 5th place on the grid. So Stealthy having a really good start, but Romza is alongside him, trying to take the position away. As we go into the middle sector now, Romza trying to get away past, but he can't quite do it. So the order now is Outguard from Stealthy, from Romza, from Chris, from Razor, from Jerry, from ASM, from AMW, from Nee, Pikachu and Ethan. As now Outguard is leading the way. Stealthy now is under attack from Romza. Can Romza get his way through? He's got a much better run now down the main straight. A little bit of slipstream from the Red Bull car as we go on to lap 2. It's neck and neck between these two going down the main straight. Let's see if he can find his way through somewhere in this first sector now. A bit of vision lag, but it looks like the Lotus driver is now ahead, going down this short back straight through the fast right-hander, now through the left-hander, and he is now up into 2nd place. So Romza will now be trying to chase after Outguard ahead of him. But at the moment we've got the 2 Red Bulls in 3rd and 4th. Jerry is now up into 5th place, so he's made up some good positions here. Started in 10th, now he's up into 5th place on the medium tire as well. Interestingly, Outguard on the soft tire, Romza's on the mediums as well. So it's interesting to see the spread of tires. Actually, Stealthy's gone back ahead of Romza through that middle or final sector there somewhere. But Romza now seems to be getting a much better run out of the chicane. Oh, but saying that, he's had a bit of a slow one this time. He's now dropped back behind the Red Bull driver here again. And he'll be trying to chase after the Red Bull car again out in front. Right, so now with the gap in front, the 1 second already from Outguard to Stealthy, and then to Romza is another further second, but he's actually under more pressure from Chris at this point, as Razor's managed to actually get back ahead of Jerry now, so we missed that again as well, and that's really unfortunate for Jerry. He'll be trying to chase after Chris, but he's currently stuck behind the last race's race winner, of course, Razor. Who is going to be trying to replicate it again this weekend. Definitely not going to be easy though. He's already down a position, of course. Started in 4th place, but he's down to 5th, and now under attack again from Jerry as well, because Razor is on the soft tires actually, while Jerry's on the medium tires. So there is a compound difference. So it's good that for Jerry to be keeping up with Razor at least in this race. As now though behind, in front we've got Romza and Chris now battling for this 3rd place, the final position on the podium. Can Romza try to defend it? No, he can't. He's back behind the Red Bull now, and he seems to be struggling for a bit of pace now compared to the others around him, as Chris now sets the fastest first sector. Now Razor has it, but Romza has a good run on the inside. Can he get the move through in this middle sector? I think Chris just hit the wall there a little bit as well to boot. That might not be helpful for him, and it looks like Romza might be ahead now, coming out of the hairpin. It does seem so, as we go through the tunnel and Romza emerges in 3rd place ahead of Chris in 4th. But behind we've also got Razor catching up to this fight, as well as Jerry. So at the moment the top 6 relatively close, only separated by 5 seconds at the moment. We'll see if they can catch up to Outguard or anything. Stealthy has already got a warning though, probably from the final chicane there. He's got a long way to go in this race though, so he's going to have to hope that he can avoid getting another 2 in order to avoid getting another penalty. As that's Romza now. He's trying to chase after Stealthy now. The medium tires could be coming into effect now. The soft tires will definitely be feeling a bit more tire wear at the moment than those medium tires, as we go through the final sector now. The gap 9/10 between Romza and Stealthy here, and Romza needs to try and get past Stealthy soon, because at the moment Jerry down in 6th place. He'll be scoring 8 points, but Ramza at the moment only scoring 15. He needs to gain, he's only gaining 9 points, and he'll be trying to gain some more to close that championship gap and even maybe get the championship lead out of this race, as the gap now is half a second between him and Stealthy. We'll see if he's gonna be able to close that up. It looks like he has, and he's already right on the back of the Red Bull driver and actually ahead now out of the first sector. And Ramza now is up into second place. The two Red Bulls now are going to be squabbling for that third place. Jerry's made his way up into 5th place, so he's also managed to make the move stick. I think the soft tires are definitely struggling. Look at that, Stealthy's really understeering there. His teammate also on the soft tires, doesn't seem to be gaining too much on Ramza, as Ramza now is in second place by about a 10th to Chris, as Piavana's already disconnected. So I think the old man not having the best of luck today, as Outguard now is seems to be losing a bit of time actually to Ramza now. Let's see though, as we cross the line, what's the gap? 1.7, but Ramza now does have a cut, so that's not helpful for him. Razor now is into the pits. That's pretty early. He is on the soft tires, so it does make sense. Jerry though has gone the fastest in the first and last sector, so he's now pressurizing the likes of Stealthy now, who seems to be really struggling out there on worn tires, trying to defend against the championship leader going into this weekend. We've got Ramza still trying to defend against him as well. Jerry now having a look. Can he force a move through to the inside? Yes, he can. Jerry moving up now into 4th place. He'll be trying to chase after Chris, who's about 1.7 seconds ahead now. And we'll see what he can do in this race now, as Ramza now has closed that gap to Outguard to just 1.1 seconds. Look at that, he's closed up so much in this lap alone here. I think Outguard's tires are really going off the cliff now as we go down to the end of this lap, and Outguard is coming into the pits. So Outguard, our race leader, is going to be triggering a wave of pit stops, I think. Stealthy is in, ASM is in as well. We'll see what those drivers choose to go on to, as Ramza now inherits the lead of this race on lap 9 of 34. It looks like a huge chunk of cars are into the pits now. ANW, Cyvip, ASM, Pikachu, Dom are all into the pits. So back to our race leader though. Ramza now only leading by a 10th over Chris. Chris is doing a really solid job though, keeping... oh wait, actually he's on the mediums. I thought he was on the softs there. He's actually having a go now though. On the inside, now onto the inside again. Can he make his way past Ramza? He can, but can he hold on to it now? As we go into the hairpin, he's going a bit wider than Ramza is, so Ramza's gonna have that shorter run out of the corner. But on the exit, can Chris get him? He has managed to, and once again on the exit, Chris not being able to get the same traction out of that chicane there, and now Ramza is back into the lead. According to the bot though, it is Chris. So now, oh my, I think Ramza got really close to the wall there, and almost ended his race right there and then. But currently Ramza is, I think, still battling away with Chris. It looks like he is. Yes, he is. As we enter the... Now Ramza is going to be under pressure from Chris going into the chicane now. Ramza goes a little bit deep. That's going to upset his exit now, as Chris is going to get the slipstream now down this main straight, crossing the line now. Ramza is still leading, but by a very small margin on our screens, as we go down the going down this short run up the hill now. Can Chris try to get past the Lotus driver now as we enter the middle sector soon? It looks like the Red Bull now is ahead, coming into this middle sector by 3/10 over Ramza now. But on our screens it does look a lot closer actually. So I think Chris is once again having a huge amount of ping right now. So he does seem to be struggling with more lag again, as he's now having to defend once again from Ramza here. And trying everything to hold off the Lotus driver right now. Going down to the hairpin now. Can he hold on to it now? Down this through the tunnel, Ramza's gonna get another dose of that slipstream. but it looks like Romza has managed to actually lost a lot of time right now. I think Romza might have taken too much out of his tires. And you can see in the background though, there's Jerry as well. Jerry's gonna be trying to catch up, but he's already lost another 2/10 down that in that final sector right now. So that's not great for him now. So Chris's lead now extending to 1.1 seconds. Speaking of pit stops though, looks like Outguard now has actually set the fastest lap of this race. He's in 5th place with a 13.9 second gap currently to the race leaders. So he is looking mighty quick out there at the moment on this lap. But he needs to try and make up a huge amount of time because he did pit quite early off those soft tires, so he needs to try and make these mediums last a lot longer in this race. He's actually lost time though again in that first sector. I'm not sure how he is. So the leaders are definitely trying to finding some sort of extra time in that first sector to gain on other drivers, as now Chris comes across the line. He's pulling Romza along with him though. You can see Romza now just 8/10 behind. So in that final sector, Romza looks a lot quicker at the moment than Chris in front of him here. As Outguard now is crossing the line, let's see what the gap is going to be. It's 13.0 seconds now. So as Outguard sets another fastest lap of this race, a purple middle and a personal best final sector. So he is looking very quick out there to try and catch up to the leaders. He could make up a whole pit stop if he keeps going at this rate. But we'll see by the end of this race how that goes. As Romza now, he's looking like he's managed to close the gap a little bit more now. 8/10 again the gap though. So he lost some time in that first sector, but he's gained it back in the middle. Outguard now purple first sector. Razor's gone even quicker than that, as Outguard is currently 12.8 seconds behind these two, who are battling and losing time definitely against Outguard right now. Meanwhile though, we've got Outguard. He's making his way past Knee right now. As he does make quick work of him. Look at how easily he just got that move through. So, oh actually no, Knee is still trying to defend it, but I don't think Knee has got the grip to do so. And Outguard now moves up into 4th place. The gap now in front, 13.8. He's just lost a whole 1.3 seconds just fighting with Knee there. But he's got a clear track ahead of him for about 8 seconds to Jerry. So he's going to be trying to make use of that gap. Sorry, 10 seconds actually to Jerry, not 8. As the leaders now 1.2 seconds separate them. Outguard's now closed that gap now 11.8 seconds. He's gained a full second in that first sector alone on the leaders. So the leaders are definitely losing a huge chunk of time right now. They could be on a one stop though, but it's gonna be very difficult for them to pull that off. It is Spain though. Tire wear is relatively low, but can they drag those tires out for long enough where they can go onto the soft tires to the end of this race? Because those hard tires will definitely not be the tire of choice in this race right now. As Outguard is going to cross the line, let's see the gap now. It's 10.6 seconds. Knee now comes into the pits for AlphaTauri. So he's going to be switching off those medium tires. And I think he'll be on a set of mediums again. Well, if Knee is going to the end of the race, he's not going to be able to make that strategy work if he's going on to the end on those set of mediums, because he's only used that compound. He should have at least switched to a set of soft tires or the hards in order to fulfill that rule. Meanwhile, though, Outguard, the gap now 9.9 to the leader, who is Chris, so he's closing a huge amount. Let's see, where is Chris? Chris now crossing the line to finish his lap. As Outguard now, he's making his way through the chicane. Oh my, he cut that chicane really aggressively there. Might have actually gotten a warning there. As Jerry now is into the pits. Our championship leader into the pits, and yes, Outguard has got a cut now in that final sector, so not helping him whatsoever here. As Jerry now is out of the pits on a set of medium tires again. So that's interesting. So that's him surely committing to the two-stopper in this race right now. As the gap now 8.4 here from Chris to Outguard. Senna now comes into the pits for Aston Martin. As now the gap, we'll see what the gap is now when Outguard crosses that middle sector line. The gap is 7.8 seconds. He's gained another 6/10 in that final sector. So Outguard's looking very quick right now on his set of medium tires. which will definitely be already feeling some tire wear though at this stage of the stint. But definitely nothing will match the likes of Chris at the moment, as well as Romza. As Romza's into the pits actually. Romza has come into the pits. So that's an interesting call then. Outguard now though sets another fastest lap of this race. Romza's onto another set of mediums as well. What are these drivers planning here? They've all decided to go for 2 sets of mediums. So they might be thinking there's gonna be a safety car somewhere in this race surely. As now Outguard 5.7 the gap to Chris right now. I don't know if that one stop is gonna work out there. As I think that's Dino who's just driving past him at the moment. I'm not sure if that is Dino. And Chris now is into the pits. He's off this set of medium tires. Let's see what tire he's going to be going on. A set of soft tires. So that's the strategy we will be predicting. That's definitely a 2-stopper though. Medium, soft, soft. And he'll drop back behind Romza for sure. No, wait, yes. Wait, actually no, he's really close to Romza, who's also pretty close to Jerry at the moment. So these 3 have come very close together at the moment now. As Stealthy is in the pits as well. He's coming out of it now on the medium tires, so I think he might have lost his wing there because he's way down the order now compared to where he should be. As now the gap in front 10.2 seconds, so look at that, that's how much time Romza has lost now in this race. But interestingly, Romza does now take the 2nd place over Chris here, so he's managed to jump him in those pit stops. But the gap now 9 seconds here for Romza to Outguard right now. So he's managing to close that gap right now, but definitely not at the same rate he would have hoped so. But Chris, oh, he's on the soft tires, so we have to watch out for Chris. He's going to be trying to catch up to Romza at the moment, and maybe try to take back that 2nd place. As the gap now out in front, 8.7 seconds to Outguard from Romza right now. There's Outguard coming through the chicane right now. Where is Romza? Coming down into the tunnel now, so that's how much Romza's going to have to catch up if he wants a shot at winning this race right now. He's got 14 laps to go to try and close that one up. As we make our way now down to the line again, 8.2 seconds here. Chris now sets the new fastest lap of this race. He's right behind Romza, but for how much longer? Because Romza's going to be under pressure now, coming down to the top of the hill now. Let's see if Chris can make his way through. He is on the quicker compound, of course, and he looks like he has managed to make it through on the exit. Can he get the power down enough? Not quite. As now he's gonna look to the inside. Oh, couldn't quite find the move through, but he's trying around the outside now. Now switches to the inside. He's got a good run now, going round the outside. Chris now moves up into 2nd place, and he'll be trying to chase after Outguard ahead of him now in this race, who is 7.3 seconds up the road. So he's got a long way to go now in this race to try and close that up against a driver like Outguard, who is looking to try and get his 2nd win of the season and 2nd win of his career. The first one being at New Zealand this season, of course, after a very late safety car that caused by this driver, of course, Chris, who's currently sitting in 2nd place, 6.5 seconds back. So Chris right now obviously was 100 seconds behind Outguard in that race in New Zealand, and then he caused the safety car. So let's see if he can make up for that now to try and get his first win in his career. That's currently the gap 5.9 now, so Chris is closing up very quick right now. Oh, Jerry's right there, right behind Romza now. Romza must have made a mistake somewhere because he's under pressure now from the AlphaTauri driver. Can Jerry try to squeeze a way through? As we come down through the tunnel now, Jerry's looking for a way through. Romza cutting in through the chicane there. Very tight on track limits. Jerry now is right on the tail of Romza here. The gap between them, 0.2 of a second. Going through the first corner. Who is going to be the one going through that the quickest? It looks like it might have been, I think, Jerry there. As now we've reached the top of the hill. Can Jerry try to get through? Going down to the middle sector now. Jerry is ahead on the leaderboard, but is he ahead on our screens? He's trying to get through, and he does manage to make it through. Jerry now, our championship leader, is up into 3rd place. Romza's down to 4th, but Romza isn't giving this one up. He's going to try to fight this one through. As we enter the final sector, Romza is back ahead. Had a bit of a squirm as he tapped the wall though. He's lost some time from that. As we come down now to the tunnel once again. These two have been fighting since for a whole lap now, as Romza once again is managing to get through. Jerry goes a bit deep there on the final corner. He's lost the position again, so now Romza's back up into the podium position to actually no, 2nd now, because Outguard is now pitted from this race. He's coming out though on a set of medium tires, so that's Outguard now definitely coming into the pits now. Sorry, Outguard coming trying to go to the end on that set of mediums now. But we'll go back to the battle now. Romza is losing time again now. Has gained some time now to Jerry in 3rd. So now Outguard is 12.4 seconds behind Chris. So he's gained some time again now. And he'll be trying to gain even more time now as he finishes the middle sector. Can't quite gain time though actually. So Outguard's not been able to find some time on that fresh set of mediums, maybe trying to warm them up first. Will Chris be into the pits? Yes he is. Chris is now into the pits. Off those soft tires. This is a response now to Outguard surely. As he's now in the pits and medium tires onto that Red Bull car. Where's Outguard? Outguard just past the first corner right now. And Chris is coming down up the hill now, and we'll see if he can try to gain some time on a slightly fresher set of medium tires. You can see just Outguard there exiting the shot now. He's currently in 3rd place, Chris in 4th. So 3 seconds now the gap between those two. I think Chris might have actually gained from those pit stops. Outguard must have had a bit of a slower pit stop than Chris there. As now Romza has managed to extend his margin in front to 1.3 seconds over Jerry now. Is Romza going to be coming into the pits now though? No, staying out again. So I think Romza is definitely committing to getting on the soft tires at the end of this race, I think. As well as probably Jerry. I think Jerry might be trying to copy the same exact strategy that Lotus does. So we'll see if he can do that. And Jerry is into the pits now, so our championship leader coming into the pits from 2nd place onto the set of soft tires now. That was a very quick pit stop from AlphaTauri there, and that should get him out just behind Chris. Oh, Chris I think just hit the wall there. You saw his car bouncing around a little bit there. He might have lost some time from that, as now Jerry does come up behind Chris, so that's a shame for him now. As Outguard now closing that gap, 7.4 now between him and Romza. So Outguard's looking very decent out there. But I'm not sure what Romza's doing, because he's lost a huge amount of time right now. He's surely going to be coming in at the end of this lap for a set of soft tires, since in the first stint those drivers who started on the softs they managed to bring those soft tires to lap 8. And so is he coming in? Yes, he is. So Ramza, as predicted, is coming in from the lead of this race. That's Outguard now, making his way around the final corner. He's going to cross the line, and that is going to be Outguard now, taking the lead of the race once again. And Chris will be in second place trying to chase after him. But there is Ramza now, right there, in between Jerry as well as Chris. So it's still not over yet. We've got about 10 seconds covering the top 4. 7 seconds covering the top 4. So it's not over yet. Purple first sector though for Outguard, showing that he's still got some pace in those tires at the moment, as Ramza now is 6.2 seconds behind Outguard. So he's got a bit of a mountain to climb to try and close up, but he is on the soft tires and a very fresh set, may I add. So he has a good chance right now. 5.3 actually the gap. He's just closed a full 1.4 seconds in that middle sector alone. So he's looking really quick right now actually. Jerry behind is setting 2 personal best sectors, probably trying to keep up with Ramza right now. As we come down now to the final corner now, there's Outguard coming through the first corner now. Chris as well through the first corner. Jerry has just set the fastest lap of this race. 5.9 seconds is gap now to Outguard. So he could still be a force to be reckoned with. He's on the soft tires as well, of course. The top 2 are on the medium tires. So this could be a very interesting race now, coming down to the final few laps. So let's see now. Outguard leads by 5. Now under pressure from Ramza. Not anymore, because Ramza is gone. Ramza through and up into second place now. Chris will try to fight that through, but I don't think he's going to be able to right now. As he's going to be probably overtaken by Jerry really soon, coming out of the chicane, out of the hairpin. Jerry is going to be having a dose of slipstream. Can he get through now at the final chicane though? Not quite, I think. He'll have to wait another few corners to try and get a way through. You can see they're trying to get the inside line to have a move through the first corner. Definitely not going to work out there though for him, as now the gap in front is 4.8 seconds between Ramza and Outguard. But more importantly, can Jerry get past Chris right now? This is an important move if he wants to try and keep up with Ramza in this race. Going round the outside, Jerry taking 3rd place from Chris, but Chris won't give this one up. It's a switchback now for Chris. Can he make his way through and get back ahead of the AlphaTauri driver? Can't quite do it. Ramza's now lost time in that middle sector. He's actually under attack from these 2 as well now. It's 3 cars nose to tail down this back straight through the tunnel right now. So they're losing time right now, as Chris had a little look on the outside, but I doubt he's going to have much of a chance. As we go now down to the final 5 laps, and the gap out in front 5.6 seconds. We've got, so Ramza's going to have to close out about a full second and a bit more per lap if he wants a shot at winning this race right now, and that seems highly unlikely, as now Jerry is actually under pressure here from Chris actually, as ASM has just rage quit from the server, so he's finished. As now we'll see the gap now 4.4. Ramza's managing to close the gap. He's coming round now to lap Senna, who will probably be getting out of the way quite quickly for him, as well as Jerry. So let's see what the gap now is. Outguard crossing the line. So I think Outguard might have actually gained time in that final sector there. Oh, he's had a warning though in that final sector. So not ideal for him. No, 3.3 now the gap between Ramza and Outguard actually. So Ramza's looking very, very fast right now. He's still got a chance in this race right now. As Jerry is also still in with a shot right now. It could be the case where the top 2 drivers in the championship could finish 1 and 2 on the track, but they've got a huge amount of time to try and gain. As Outguard's gained another second in that first sector. I think wall riding there has actually helped him a huge chunk right now. Whereas Ramza is definitely losing time by not doing so. As we enter the enter the final sector, 4.2 seconds now the gap between Ramza and Outguard. He's gonna need a miracle at this rate to try and catch up to him. If Outguard is still able to gain that much time in that first sector right now, He's still not been able to lap Senna though, so Senna's being a bit of a cock in the bottle right now, holding up these two drivers right now. Jerry's though lost some time now to Romza. The gap between those two, 1.3 seconds, entering the final 3 laps right now. 3.9 though, the gap between Romza and Outguard. As Outguard's through the first sector line. Once again, Romza's lost another 4 tenths in that first sector. Outguard's very much faster in that first sector right now compared to Romza. But we'll see how much time Romza has managed to gain in the middle sector. Only 2 tenths. He's not been able to catch up enough, I don't think, with 2 laps remaining after this one. So it looks like the chance of winning this race for Romza is gonna be over right now. The gap now 3.9 seconds here. Let's see what the gap will be again after this first sector now. But behind we've got a bit of a fight between Nee and Stealthy here. So this is also a fight for some small points. And I think Nee's actually managed to get ahead of Stealthy actually. Stealthy on the mediums, I think that's a very worn set of mediums as well. Nee is on the fresh soft tires and he's now moved his way up into 5th place. I think that's where he's gonna end up though, because he's got a huge 29-second gap to the top 4 at the moment. If he wants to try and catch that up. Going now down to the final lap of this race though. Outguard is gonna cross the line, and let's see if he can hold on to this now. 3.5 seconds the gap from Romza to Outguard now. Jerry is actually falling off a cliff right now in pace. He hits the wall there. He's gonna be under pressure now from Chris here. The medium tires seem to actually be coming to good effect now for him, as Jerry is going to try to defend the position against Chris right now. This is an important point right now for him here. He needs this position. It's wheel-to-wheel stuff now. Coming down this middle sector now through the fast right-hander. Is Chris going to have a go now? This could be the championship right here. Chris now manages to get through on Jerry, as Chris is now up into 3rd place. So that is a huge shame for Jerry now, who's hitting the wall again there. And now the gap out in front, 2.7 seconds. But it's not gonna matter for now, because Outguard is gonna come across the line and win the 2nd race of his career. Outguard wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Romza behind will come home in 2nd place. Chris comes home for a podium in 3rd place. Jerry's gonna be in 4th place. And a long way clear those 4 are from Nee, who's currently in 5th place, just finishing his middle sector right now. So Outguard from pole position is your race winner. As now Nee is coming down to the final corner now. Let's see if he can finish this up now. Coming across the line, and it's gonna be Nee in 5th place. And Razor has actually managed to get Stealthy in that middle sector, and he's in 6th place. Stealthy will cross the line in 7th. Oh, Ethan! Ethan's crashed at the final corner! How has he done that there? He's just thrown away another 4 points. So that's the Season 1 champion gone. But Go-Goat scoring 2 points from the pit lane. What a comeback for the French driver, as he finishes in 9th place. AMW scores 10th place to score points then. Ethan will, well, mathematically be in 11th. Dom will be in 12th. BB Queen in 13th. And Senna hasn't even finished the race in 14th. So Outguard wins the Spanish Grand Prix for Williams. Following him we have Romza for Lotus and Chris in 3rd for Red Bull. It's closer than ever now at the top of the Drivers' Championship. Jerry currently is still your leader, but only by 3 points to Outguard for Williams in 2nd, Romza in 3rd for Lotus on 109, and Evan now slumps down to 4th for Lotus. And in the Constructors' Championship, AlphaTauri now extend their lead over Williams in 2nd, Lotus in 3rd, and Alpine now in 4th.